Well, according to BTC dominance, I don't know. If you chart dominance, it's looking like altcoin season could be starting up again. Obviously, altcoin season was really hot in October, November, kind of cooled off a little bit in December, cooled off a lot in January, right, this month. Will it turn around and heat up again? Yeah, I mean, when the market gets hot again, everything's going to heat up. Even when Bitcoin heats up, altcoins will heat up, right? But right now, a lot of altcoins are kind of steady. They haven't really dropped too much. They're just holding in a holding pattern. So we'll see if altcoin dominance starts going upwards. But there are a lot of exciting things that are happening. Solana introduced token extensions. Okay. What does that mean? Basically, Solana wants a whole bunch of people to utilize or create tokens within Solana. And basically, they're coming out with a whole bunch of stuff that makes it really, really, really easy and useful to create tokens on top of Solana. So they give examples. For example, you can build your own stable coin, right? And provide monetization options. Like you can control how much fees or tax there is, right? You could also simplify it or make it more private. You can hide the transactions. You could hide the balances, right? And you can have a whole bunch of stuff in there where you tie in, I don't know, real world assets, NFTs, loyalty cards. I mean, basically, they're making it so that you can create the ultimate tokens and do it better than any other chain out there. That's what token extensions are, which is really interesting. I'm not a developer, but they release all this stuff that you can do with it. And it's actually quite interesting. It gives so much power to the developers that you just don't see in any other ecosystem. So that's pretty good for Solana. But outside of that, the NFT volume actually surpassed even Bitcoin's because, you know, Bitcoin is now the hot place for NFTs because of ordinals, but they surpassed even Bitcoin in NFT volume over the last 7 days. And one of their projects, one of their dApps, Helium, just made a big partnership with the telecom giant Telefoncia. I think that's how you say it. My Spanish is horrible. So that you could use your Helium mobile phone in Mexico. That's fantastic. US, Mexico, basically everywhere, right? So that's also fantastic. One of the excuse me. I normally never ever sneeze on stream. I apologize for that. Couldn't help it. Anyways, one of the dApps that's within Helium's within Solana's ecosystem that's actually really useful and is branching out worldwide. But speaking of another project that's going to do very well is Manta Pacific, one that I haven't covered before. Okay, now Manta Pacific, unlike Celestia, they're more like a L2. Very similar to Arbitrum, very similar to Optimism. They are a chain that's meant to scale Ethereum. Okay, but they are also modular in nature. But utilizing Celestia's data availability, they even have this data availability fee tracker. Since the beginning, since they started utilizing Celestia's data availability, they have saved approximately $1.2 million in savings, right? So it goes to show you it actually does work and it actually is pretty good. And in case you're wondering, Manta Pacific, as for L2, is the third biggest according to L2 Beat, and this is measuring TVL. So Arbitrum is number one with 10.15 billion. Then you have Optimism at 5 billion, and then you have Manta Pacific at 1.64. So outside the top three, you can see everything drops off pretty quick. So they are definitely moving up in a big way. 84%. You can see right there, Manta Pacific is blowing up. So they are utilizing Celestia. There's a certain relationship there. But Manta itself, they're just blowing up. They're backed by Binance Labs and Polychain. Okay, they are the fastest growing zkL2 ecosystem according to them, and they're making a lot of partnerships as well with Pith, which is another oracle out there that a lot of people are very familiar with, and their TVL is growing by leaps and bounds. So as for measurement of how healthy a chain is, TVL is probably the best indicator, and they're just growing like crazy. So, well, today I know you guys are all degens. So let's talk about a little degen stuff. A lot of people mentioned this. I don't know why all my articles are reloading. Avalanche, they recently, a month ago, announced that they were going to support meme coins. So they have $100 million fund. Not all of it's going to memes, I don't think. But they did say that they want to support memes because that is a new thing. They want to support their community. So they're treating memes as dApps. And then people wondered what the criteria is going to be, and they released it. It's a little bit small, hard to read. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. All right, so basically they said the community for the coin must have at least 2,000 holders. And then you have, with the top 100 holders have less than 60% supply. Liquidity is 200,000 or more. It has to be around for at least a month. The fully diluted market cap of 1 million or greater, and trading volume at least 100,000 on DEXs within the last 2 weeks, right? So it's pretty good. It doesn't mean that the memes have to be like super big, but there has to be a base, right? Like a certain criteria that shows that, yeah, it has been around for a decent while. It has a good number of holders. It's not too centralized, right? So that means less chance of a rug and so forth. That's all they're trying to do. So, you know, it's good to see. It's good to see. I mean, this time around, this cycle, right now, memes are definitely leading the way. I would say every cycle we have something that's kind of like leading the way, so to speak. I remember 2017, obviously, it was like the ICOs. 2021, I think it was like the NFTs. I think NFTs really blew up in 2021. And this cycle, you know, 2024 could be the cycle of memes, right? We have seen a lot do very well. Anyways, so according to Avalanche, with their criteria, the two that fits the criteria, you have Cock, right, coming back up 23%. So you got Cock in you. I was looking at it. It does seem like it fits all the criteria. Number of holders, the liquidity, the holders in general, right? Volume. So it meets all the criteria. Another one on Avalanche does meet all the criteria is Kimball. Also up 21%. And same thing, number of holders, liquidity, market cap, holders. Kimball's actually really decentralized. I mean, even a top wallet, usually that's like the contract wallet, is less than 4%. So they are really decentralized, really spread out. But yeah, that's why both of these are doing well, because it seems like Avalanche is going to support them. And how are they going to support them? By buying their tokens, I'm assuming. I don't know when it's going to happen, but, you know, imagine they actually put 100 million in both of them, which I know is not going to happen because the 100 million is their like overall fund, right? But if they did put 100 million into it, wow, they would absolutely fly.